From year one, the children learn to create fact families. This is something that they would continue to create as they progress throughout school. So if you can look here, they've got a visual and a part-whole diagram to demonstrate a fact that they can see. So the whole is 6, there are 6 scarves. 4 of those scarves are stripy and 2 of them are spotty. And the expectation for children after they've done a lot of learning and a lot of steps before this is that they will be able to look at this and be able to come up with both addition and subtraction facts. So for instance, the children would be able to come up with 2 spotty scarves plus 4 stripy scarves is equal to 6 scarves. That's the whole. Then they would be able to know that they can do addition in any order, can add the parts in any order. So 4 stripy scarves plus 2 spotty scarves is equal to 6. And then they would be able to use that to be able to make their subtraction equations too. And they know that they always need to minus from the whole. So the whole of 6 scarves, if I was to take away and minus the 2 spotty scarves, I would be left with the 4 stripy scarves. So we put it in the context of an image and maybe a story to support them, the children in their understanding. And then another subtraction fact, we have those 6 scarves, and this time I'm going to take away, I'm going to minus the 4 stripy scarves, and I can see that it leaves me with the 2 spotty scarves. Now the next step on from this is being able to change the order of the equations. So this is what they are able to do as well. So for instance, 6, the whole, is equal to the parts of 2 plus 4. So this is really deepening the children's understanding and enabling them to really understand that you have to add the parts to make the whole. So even if the equal sign starts first, it's still the whole is equal to the 2 parts, 2 plus 4. Still showing exactly the same thing, just in a slightly different order. We can do the same thing also with subtraction. And that's where we need to really reinforce that we always minus from the whole. So this time we would be starting with a part. So if I use this number fact, the subtraction fact, I would start with 4. So 4, the part, is equal to the whole of 6 minus the other part of 2. So that's something that the children move on to and establish as they go throughout the school, that they're able to do those equations in different order, and it really reinforces what does addition mean and what does subtraction actually mean. The children would also be able to create fact families using their multiplication and division facts. So the children start to learn about multiplying and dividing in year 1, and then move to be able to do multiplication equations and division equations in year 2. That's when they would start to be able to create fact families. So if the children, for instance, looked at this picture, they'd be able to recognise that these are groups of 10. So there's a jar of 10. And then they'd be able to recognise that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 10. So they would know to write that out as 6 times, or 6 groups of 10 is equal to. And then for them to be able to work out the answer, they would learn that fact pretty quickly, but before they learn the fact, they learn to count in tens from year 1. So it'd be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So they would know that 6 times 10 is equal to 60. So if they're aware of that fact, then they can use that to have the inverse fact of division. So they would know that the whole amount of the sweets, which is 60, if we were dividing that into groups of 10, then that would make 6 groups.